Hi, Mochismo Eugene. Welcome to another video from Exit Strategy. Please like, subscribe, and share this video if you found it helpful. Pass it on if you believe someone else would benefit from it. I'd appreciate that. Well, guys, there are so many different directions I can go with this title, but I'm going to just try to capture a few things and condense it and help you understand that you have to do the math and start looking at some of these intricate things that you passed off in the past. And so this is my aim when I make videos, is for you to look at that little intricate detail of something that you sort of like passed off or went over your head, or because of the narcissist distracting you when you were sitting in your space of isolations, purposely, because when you're sitting off to yourself, they really kind of figure that you're probably figuring them out. So they're paranoid and they'll come in and they'll distract you. So that's my aim with this stuff here. So I want to talk to you guys about what angers a narcissist, among a lot of other things. This is one thing that a lot of us don't realize angers a narcissist. And you know what that is? The fact that you, as an empath, chosen one, light worker, truth teller, can accept accountability and responsibility for your actions and your mistakes. You own up to things. When a narcissist sees and observes you tell the truth, own up to something, it irks the hell out of them. They become so jealous and spiteful of you, because you have to understand, a narcissist cannot introspect. They cannot look at their faults in a healthy, meaningful way in order to change. They will never own up to anything. You can have the body in the basement. You can have the fingerprints, the forensics. I didn't do that. You got the wrong person. Something's wrong with your forensic or DNA. Now that's a whole nother thing. You know, I got my concerns about DNA too, because you got to understand the machine and the powers that be are behind the scenes. It's just so many things about that. But anyway, when it's in your favor, a lot of times we're down with it, but when it's against you, obviously. So back to point. They hate you for this reason. They don't want you to be like that, but they can't do anything about it. They want you to be like them. They want you to be heartless, hopeless, cold-hearted. See, they're hopeless, and they kind of know it, but I don't think they can really know it the way that they should, because they adopted this manipulation and this cunning spirit and destroying spirit early on. So they didn't just get like this. So they have adopted this way of life from early on. So it's hard for them to unlearn this. And that's another thing. Empaths, chosen ones, we can unlearn bad behavior. We can unlearn not even so much bad behavior. We can unlearn patterns. We can unlearn patterns. Narcissists can't. Their pattern is repetitious. Their pattern is round and round and round we go. Where we stop, nobody knows. It's a merry-go-round. And I made a video here just 5 minutes ago, and lo and behold, I didn't have this mic here on. I had the transmitter into my phone, and I have some things I have to go and get done, but I'm determined to get this information out. And this is how much I care about everyone who's listening, everyone who's subscribed. And see, when you really care about something, you do it, hell or high water. And see, that's something else they hate about us. We are passionate, we're determined, we are deliberate. They see it in our eyes, they feel it in our presence. And because you are a one-way type of person for the good, they want you to be hot and cold. They want you to be hit and miss, Jekyll and Hyde. They want you to be like them because they need you to align with them. They need you to pledge allegiance to them because they have a God complex. And when you pledge allegiance with them, they are not loyal to themselves, and they're definitely not going to be loyal to you. They will take the life of their own child for attention. They'll take the life of their father, or their mother, their brother, their sisters. I read Revelations that said in the last days, a man will be loved of self more than love of God, denying the power thereof, changing a lie to the truth, holding the truth up in subjection. That's basically even the truth, making the truth seem like unappealing. They holding the truth hostage. And that's what they do to you. They attempt to hold you hostage to a point where your truth comes to a point where you don't know it anymore. They dilute your reality and give you their reality, which is really not it is their reality. Their reality is a lie. And so this bothers them when you're in their presence and you're able to be accountable and take ownership of your mistakes. And you also take accountability for things that you do for the good and the better. I mean, nonchalantly or matter-of-factly. And when you do that, you will see a narcissist try to mislabel you as being over the top, egotistical. They've learned these words that describe them, and they'll try to reverse it on you. If you're confident, they'll say you're cocky. If you're matter of fact, they'll say that you think you know everything. I made a short about that. That's funny every time I think about that. You think you know everything. They don't know you. They just met you, but you think you know everything. That is sad. Their spite and jealous and envious, it's a knee jerk. They cannot contain it. And if you're careful and you're mindful and you're getting this information, you'll be able to just casually hear them blurt out these insecurities and these jealousies. And the more you're educated, you'll just, either be silent or you'll say in response, they'll be, Machismo, you talk all the time. You'll be able to say, yeah, I do, but I know what I'm talking about. Some people talk all the time and they ain't talking about a damn thing. You see how I did that? And this is true to life. I've done this in times past. I don't know if it was when I was awakened after I was awakened or as I was coming to an awakening, because I believe as an empath, looking back at some of the things that I began to do and say in response to what I now know are evil workers of darkness, narcissists, that used to say nice stuff to me. And I would react or respond. I got to a point in my life where I was able to just respond in the way that I did just now. And I think it's because of my biblical beliefs and principles that I adopted into my life. I believe the things that God says about me. And so that's what makes you a chosen one, because you embrace his doctrine of who you are as a human being. You don't embrace man's doctrine of who you are. Now, what happens is man comes in, he corrupts that doctrine, and he tries to make himself seem like the reason for the season. And this is why you get so many believers in the Bible and God and through Jesus Christ, or whatever your belief system is regarding the Bible. You began to walk in that. You walk that out. And they come along and they sense that you're deliberately and diligently doing the things that they know that they're shady about. And they will come in and try to intercept that light. And so now, because you're able, to my point, you're able to stand on business. You're able to not allow that person to mislabel you and try to discourage you and backhanded insult you. You can say it with an assertion, and that assertion destroys their attack or their assault on you, on your character. They're always trying to assault your character and attack it. And that's where the backhanded insult come in, or backhanded some would say a backhanded compliment, but it's a backhanded insult. I could use examples, but I don't want to belabor that. So the narcissist really hates you for that reason, among many others. And I thought about it. I say, man, I don't think there's a lot of empaths. Do empaths realize that they have the power on sight? When the narcissist meets you, you have the power. You have the power because you can own up to who you are, your failings, your shortcomings, but you don't stay there. A narcissist goes through their whole life attempting to break people down because they need a stepping stone. Without anybody around that is doing things that are for the good of this world to step on and to be able to step up, they have no idea how to continue to move forward. This is why you'll see a narcissist collapse when everybody stopped dealing with them. Just like now, I'm sitting in the backyard and I'm doing my thing, and sharing and giving off a lot of who I am to people a lot like me. Iron sharpening iron. Right now, they are looking for people not like them, unless they're looking for an alliance to help them destroy you. They're looking for prey. They're looking for prey. And so you're movers and shakers, and they are trying to shake up everything. All things good, they're trying to shake it up. So when they see you and they see that you can accept accountability and responsibility for your actions, who you are, who you were, the mistakes you made, and you also can own up to your successes, and you can talk about them, not brag about them. You can talk about them. You can say, well, at one point in life, I broke my foot, I did this, I did that, but now I'm optimistic, I'm moving forward. To sit around those conversations, you'll hear a narcissist interrupt that conversation. Oh, okay, man, I'll see y'all. I got to go do this. And they won't just say, excuse me, guys, I got to go. They'll say, sorry, guys, I got to go. And that sorry is not a sorry, by the way. This is what the sorry is setting you guys up to focus on what they're about to say next. Sorry, guys, I got to go, and I got to go over here, and I got to go here, I got to go here. They'll talk for 5 minutes about what they have to go do, as opposed to say, oh, sorry, guys, I got some things I need to attend to. Have fun. I'll see you guys another time. They need you to know X, Y, Z, because what that's doing is distracting away from what I was just talking about. I'm giving my friends or that circle an open door to my experiences. I'm encouraging them. I'm helping elevate the people around me. Narcissists don't want that. They don't want you to elevate yourself. They don't want you to elevate as a human being, as an individual, and they definitely don't want you to inspire other people. This is why you have narcissists that'll come on here and they'll make a comment, and the comment will be it'll be like a 3-year-old. And we see them. And they always think they can temperature check you. It doesn't matter how far along you are in your healing and your enlightenment and your education. They will try. This is all they know. But I like when I got commenters like that, and then I'll have another commenter or subscriber may say, and I'll use this because this is a real comment. It was about the volume. And there was a couple of people commented, and one particular guy commented, or person commented, he say that the volume is jacked on this one, and I kind of got a chuckle. I was like, you're right, facts. And I sensed that comment was just matter of fact. You don't get offended by that because the truth is the truth. But then you will hear a comment, and like I told you before, guys, you can, and it's gonna sound weird, but stay with me. Empaths, when you become so in tune, you can almost, well, not really, but just imagine. You can imagine the tone or the internal war that's going on inside of the person sometimes with their comment. It's almost like you can hear their voice if they were speaking just in the words. And you're not even there. So anyway, there would be another comment, and it was someone said, they said, I'm paraphrasing, You're going to have to speak up. I can't hear you. And I almost said it the way I think they sounded. And you'll get a commenter that will say the volume is not, I don't see a problem with the volume, I can hear. Or they can say, they said, there's not a problem with the volume, I can hear you fine. And so you're going to have these people that are going to come at you, and then you're going to have people that are truly for you. You have people that will go to bat. And I'm kind of like that too. I hate to see people victimize other people. And this is not even victimizing. I'm just using that for a small example. Now, I've seen other content creators that really get it bad. They get it really bad. And they don't seem to be bothered by it either. So that's just distractions. So when you are accountable for yourself, it bothers people. And a lot of times this may not just be a narcissist, it may be someone who's unhealed themselves and they're trying to just critique you. So there's many factors that play a part in these types of comments. But what my point is to all of that is, as you're elevating and you're vibrating higher, you have to be able to accept the critics. You have to accept the critics because you're not here to be celebrated or elevated. You do that within your own private domain. And if you get a few people that care enough to share their comments with you and give you a thumbs up and give you a delightful comment, that's a bonus. But if you're here doing it just for those reasons, I think a lot of us are going to be we're going to be disappointed in a big way. So it has to be from the core of your heart, and the determination has to come from you in order to be able to do this. And again, initially when I started this video, this is what it's all about. When they see that the determined acceptance, accountability, the narcissist has no choice but to have this knee-jerk reaction. They are going to let you know exactly how they feel. This makes them mad. It infuriates them. It confuses. It gives them a whole bunch of emotions just because you're accepting accountability for your life. And so I wanted to touch on that, guys. This is one of those little intricate things that we don't really realize. Sometimes it is something as simple as that. You owning up to who you are as a human being, your shortcomings, your failings and whatnot. They can't. And they're envious and jealous because they can't. Because they can't be solid like you are. Again, this is petty stuff. It is simple-minded stuff, but these people are simple. They don't spend time with their stuff. They spend time looking outside of themselves, trying to find mama. Right now you have someone who's probably battling chemo or they're battling cancer, they're doing chemo. And if you're listening to me and you have what you perceive to be the toxic narcissist around you, and you really can't put your finger on it, when you're spending this time by yourself, don't get caught up in the fact that they just came to visit you and support in your moments of need. Ask yourself, how does this visit culminate when they come? Are you drained? Are you being reverse insulted, or they call it backhanded insult? Are they bringing up things that are not even pertinent to that visit, causing you to start feeling a certain kind of way that is not beneficial for your health? This is the intricate thing that you have to do when you're in your isolation. Don't get caught up on the fact, oh, they came to visit me. Look at the depth of that conversation and that visit. And oftentimes you'll find out that this is the very reason why you feel the way you are, notwithstanding the cancer or the chemo, but the way that you're feeling in a way that is unnecessary, a way that you shouldn't even feel. You know, so just look at these things, and this is what possibly will help you understand that the people or the persons that you have around you are directly contributing to the way you are feeling, the way your life is at a standstill. It's possibly because you're optimistic, you're owning and accepting accountability, and this is why they hate you. That being said, bless.